7 o'clock in the morning. The hospital called me again. They said to me that my son was dying.
The loss of my brother was, wow. He was one that I was connected to. We always did certain things together. And just to know that I can't even say hi to him anymore. I can't call his name.
My neighborhood, I know, like, there's recently been a lot of shootings and stuff, and it's just that I've grown up there, like, my whole life, and it's just, like, now I don't feel as safe as I used to, you know what I mean? Like, I can't walk alone at night.
We would go out, rob people. We would go out, yes, I was in a gang. Not as serious as we like to consider ourselves to be. But yeah, we were in a gang. We would smoke weed together. It was like my family. You know, I felt connected to them. I felt like I had to fit in with them. I felt that that was who I was. I didn't know who I was.
While he was in the mall doing his shopping, 4 guys attacked him. And one of them pulled out a gun and shot him 4 times. He didn't know the guys, and they didn't know him. But they just picked on him, and it was after the guys were caught that I was informed that they were initiating for gang.
And if you want to be successful in a gang, all you have to do is bump off the person next to you. So there's no way you're getting support. There's no way this person is nurturing and respect you because they're trying to bump you off because that's the only way to get to the top. So in terms of a gang, yeah, the perception is there of respect and the perception is there of power, but it's actually not.
The majority of people that are at the top understand the whole gang business very well. They understand basically who can be where and who's going to do what and who are going to be the people that will be, unfortunately, the pawns that can be lost in the game. They understand that the lower end people are expendable.
Peer pressure.
Peer pressure?
Intimidation, to fit in, protection.
To feel like they're empowered to, you know, people don't want to walk around and know that they're going to be picked on. They want to be in a group where they're going to be looked up upon. So people are going to look up and that, you know, I don't want to mess with that guy. And that's what they want. They want a sense of power and respect. And that's basically what they want.
Where I used to live being in a gang was having a second family.
Yeah.
Or having a family that you don't have at home.
Not have anything to do in terms of recreational activity, in terms of social programming. I mean, they basically just hung out in the community, had nothing to do, and of course, you know, the devil finds idle hands, and mischief and vandalism and stuff like that was pervasive throughout the community.
Everybody feels a need to fit in. That was true when I was young, that is true when your teacher was young. Everybody needs to fit in. So the question is, how do we remain individual but yet be part of something greater? Let me tell you this about street gangs. Street gangs will take away your identity. Street gangs will take away your personality. Street gangs will take away that urban expression that you want, that you need for your own identity, and they will make you choose theirs.
So going against the grain, going against what I felt was right, you know, I sought to conform to this identity, this gangster identity.
Well, a gunshot wound is very different from what you see on PlayStation or Nintendo. And the reality is that it's a serious injury and can often be life-threatening and can cause serious disability long-term to anyone who takes a bullet.
You go to jail, you have everybody knowing that you're a gangster, that you're stereotyped, that you walk with a gun, nobody can come to you and ask you for any advice. You're very limited. you can't go anywhere.
Losing an eye, losing a face, your nose, half your jaw, there's nothing cool about that.
Every wrong thing you do, it's like it has an effect on you later on. So like in the future, I would want to, have a good job and like support a family and stuff. But if you're in a gang, you can't do that.
We've seen it where people have exited gangs. The other gangs don't recognize that. And when you've done something in your lifetime, whether it was a foolish thing as a child or as a member of a gang, they will remember this for a lifetime. And you could have been out of the gang or perceived to be out of the gang for some time. Old beefs are old beefs. If they have something to do or they have a hatred for your gang, they're still going to settle up with you regardless of whether or not you're now a parent, you have children in school, you're out in society working for a living.
When a young person's involved in a crime that involves firearms, guns, shooting, and so on, the effect on the immediate family and the extended family is huge. It also has a significant effect on the whole community, so that at one act of using a gun affects many, many people, and quite deeply and for a very long time.
This is no joke, and this is a serious thing. And if this thing happens to their family member and they see the pain and suffering that these people go through, they'll change your mind.
Honestly, in grade 9, I've seen so many people, they go into different groups, and, that's when you get into a lot of trouble. Mm-hmm. Because if you make the wrong friends, honestly, even if you're not easily influenced, you'll be influenced.
This is the most pivotal time of your life. This is the most critical time of your life. The decisions that you make now will affect you for the remainder of your life. And that's not a fair thing, but this is the fact of the reality. This is the reality of the matter. I say to them, get in there. I say, do your school now, take your education seriously, take up extracurricular activities, and try to keep in mind as you do this, that the world is bigger than yourself. Keep in mind as you do this, that in 5-10 years from now, because of what you're doing now, you'll be able to contribute positively to your family, to society, to your community, whatever, where you live.
It's okay to be strong in your own way. You don't need a gun to be strong. You don't need a knife to be strong. You can your words are enough.
The guns, I say the drugs, I say the gangster life, I say all this is a myth, it's a sham being sold to you to steal your lives. I say to you is that you're in danger of forfeiting all control of your life, and you're in danger of having the prison system and the correctional services here take control of your life.
Robbing people here, stealing cars there. I've been it. My heart just bleeds when I see them. But I know that I can't tell them not to do something, because you have to lead by example.
With things not being available or facilities not being available for young people from all walks of life, to me, you create the barrier. People often talk about the barrier between the community and the police. Nobody ever talks about the barrier between the community and the community.
I remember somebody saying something about when you try to change the world, you can't change the world because the world is unchangeable. But the only thing that you can change is yourself.
People in the community who talk about the gap or the barriers between the police and the community really need to take charge and ownership of their own communities.
Why be out in the streets at 10 o'clock at night? Why on a school night? Why when you see the police, you not just get out of there? Why not when you see an incident or something about to get off? Why don't you get out of there?
Looking inside yourself, believing in your heart that there is more, looking at other people, finding certain things in them that you see that are good qualities that you would want for yourself.
And really think twice before you pick up a gun about what the effect could be to you, to somebody else, to your family, your parents, and to your community.
I tell them you can sit there, you can cry till the chickens come home about the police, but until you address yourself and your own behavior, you can't do nothing about that.
You may not know what the nature of this person is going to do with that gun. However, you want to make sure that everybody can go to school, everybody can leave and have a nice, safe environment. And you would feel better, or I'd hope you'd feel better if you're the person that says, you know what, teacher or principal, vice principal, there's a person at the school with a gun, and maybe something should be done about that.
My community center, you know, everyone in the community goes there and stuff, and trust me, like, it works. It keeps kids off the streets, you know. They know that, like, instead of, you know, being on the streets doing drugs and stuff, they just, like, be in a community center doing playing basketball, like, being with other kids just like them, you know. And it's just, like, it brings the community together. It keeps kids out of trouble.
The Fun Guide from Toronto Parks Forestry and Recreation is a resource full of activities available to everybody. Popular programs like basketball and swimming are still there, but now there's more programs than ever. Most at low cost are totally free. Cooking, digital photography, website design, and how to DJ are just some of your options. A few steps or a short bus ride should get you to the community center that offers a program that interests you. Pick up a Fun Guide at any branch of the Toronto Public Library.
For all those who carry a hopeless feeling, who have this hatred that's been instilled into them through various outside forces, and I just want to tell people that if you don't want to go with the mainstream or follow what everyone else is doing, that you can do your own independent thing and be constructive about it. A lot of these programs that are out there, you got to find them, because anything good that's out there in the world is not, easily obtained. So you got to really look for, put in that energy and time. What you put your time into, you will become. So if you're on these streets just doing negative things all the time and allowing people to, manipulate you, then you're gonna become that. It had a lot to do with me writing a lot of poetry, writing a lot of different stories. I do filming, a little bit of acting or whatever, but you find different means and mediums to express yourself in different ways.